Good morning, sunshine. It's me, Sunny. I just wanted to do a quick video today going over a few of my favorite affordable makeup products. I did my whole face today using things that I really love. A lot of them are drugstore items. Some of them are not necessarily drugstore, but they're super cheap. So if you're interested in hearing my opinion, then just keep watching. And if you're not interested in hearing my opinion, bye! For the complexion products and the non-eyeshadow items on my face, I'm just going to kind of zoom through. I picked the Ordinary Serum Foundation as my favorite affordable foundation. This stuff is $6.70. I don't just love it for affordability, I love it in general. I reach for this all the time. I think it's really beautiful. There's a full coverage version, but I like the serum one because it's nice and skin-like. For concealer, Milani Conceal and Perfect. $9 at the drugstore. I've seen it for cheaper at the grocery store, but I think $9 is what the general retail cost is. I think the consistency is really nice. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. The coverage is great. It doesn't get creasy. It stays all day. I don't know what else you would really need from a concealer, but I think it's really beautiful. All About Matte Setting and Fixing Powder from Essence Cosmetics is another product I'm in love with. I don't use this to set my whole face. This is the waterproof version, and I generally just use it to set my concealer, and sometimes I'll like mattify my forehead with it. This was like $3. It's lovely. For blush, my absolute favorite drugstore blush is the NYX Sweet Cheeks collection. They've got a pretty decent shade range. They have matte ones and also shimmer ones. I own like 6 or 7 of these, but my personal favorite is Fig, which is what I'm wearing now. They also have a taupe shade that makes a really amazing contour if you have light skin. Highlighter. I am obsessed with this highlighter. Once again, not just because it's cheap, but like I genuinely think it's really fabulous. That's what I'm wearing today. I went a little light-handed with it. This stuff has the ability, especially with a wet brush, to just really pop. It's the Wet n Wild MegaGlo. It retails for $5, but it's often on sale. I bought these 50% off on Wet n Wild's website, and I just snatched up the whole shade range. So they've got like purple and blue and like white with blue reflex and rose and champagne and just a highlighter for every single mood and vibe, honey. I'm obsessed with it. You gotta get this stuff. For bronzer, which I don't always wear bronzer, but the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzer Quad is one that I tend to reach for a lot. For my complexion, the shade range here is perfect. I want to double check and see if they've got darker versions, because if this is the only bronzer that they have, then but for light skin, I definitely really love this. It retails for $9.99, and I think you can get it at most drugstores. Whew. Okay. For eyebrows today, I used a BH Cosmetics Brow Powder Duo, and this one is in blonde. I only used the dark side of it. I paid $4 for this. It says on their website that it retails for $9.70. However, it's on sale again for $4.70. I love it. On top of that, to just kind of set and give the brows a little bit more texture, I used the Essence Cosmetics Make Me Brow. This stuff is $3, which I think is wild. I do not love the little spoolie that it comes with. It's a little too small. That's the least favorite part of this for me. I use it and like I go over the brows and then I use my own spoolie to kind of like touch it up, because that's not my favorite, but it's $3. So I used that today. For eyeliner, the drugstore eyeliner that I really favor is Milani. This one, it's called Stay Put Eyeliner, and it comes in this dark black, a mossy green, a dark purple, and a dark blue. And these are eyeliners I tend to gravitate towards. I didn't check the pricing on it, but it's drugstore, so it can't be that expensive. And lastly, Since we're in the era of masks, I haven't been wearing a ton of lip products, but I do really like the Intense Butter Gloss by NYX. I think these are really beautiful. They've got a whole bunch of different colors. I've got probably all of them. NYX makes really great cheap lip products. And yeah, let's move on to the next portion of the video. Alrighty, so for the eyeshadow portion of the video, I had a difficult time kind of narrowing this down because, first of all, affordable is a complicated term. Affordable is going to mean something different to everybody. Everything from like the e.l.f. range to like the Morphe range. In my mind, affordable can go from like $5 a palette to $20 a palette. I've chosen to only show things that are under $20, so that's what I will consider affordable for today. So the first thing that I pulled out when I was going through my eyeshadows was the Makeup Revolution Midnight Rose palette. This is what I used on my entire eye look today. I am just obsessed with this color story. The Forever Flawless collection of these palettes, you'll see they've got like a tin cover, there's a mirror inside. They come in a bunch of different shades. There's really brights, there's vampy, there's rosy, there's like nudes. This was $15 is what it retails for. I paid like $8 for it. I highly recommend Makeup Revolution. This brand is part of like an umbrella brand that's got a bunch of other things like I Heart Revolution, Makeup Obsession, Revolution Pro. Anyway, the Makeup Revolution portion of the brand is my personal favorite. I didn't really love the formulas that I Heart Revolution has. I think this is a touch more expensive, so I'm guessing that they're kind of tiered in like quality levels. Anyway, can't recommend this brand enough. Next up, a $14 9-pan palette. This one is the Mango Tango Matte Brights palette by the one and only Kiki. Kiki Chic Beauty is an incredible product line. Everything that she releases, honestly, is like in the affordable umbrella. These are the cheapest eyeshadow palettes that they have, but she's also got like full-size palettes for like $25, so highly recommend checking those out as well. The formula is creamy and blendable and super bright and pigmented. I would expect nothing less from one of the most fabulous drag queens in the, well, let's just say world. Kimchi's one of the most fabulous drag queens in the world. I said it. Next up, I wanted to feature Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place is constantly having sales, so even the bigger palettes that are like $30 are usually like $15, but I wanted to feature something based on the retail cost and not a sale cost. So the monochromatic 6-pan palettes from Juvia's Place are $14. This is the Mauves. It's my personal favorite. There's a duochrome shade in here that's got like a teal flip to it that's just insane. Juvia's Place is just notorious for having pigmented and fabulous formula. There are occasional issues with hard panning in some of the palettes, but I literally own like 12 and I've had that issue with like 2 shades, so I think that's pretty decent. Juvia's Place is black owned. Always support black owned businesses when you have the opportunity to. There's just no reason not to. There's so many great ones. Next up, BH Cosmetics, another brand that I'm just totally gaga for. They just keep getting better too. Like when I got a BH Cosmetics palette a while back and I thought it was good, but I wasn't blown away by it. But as their formula just keeps getting better, it's mind-blowing, and the price points are still staying really great. So this is a 16 shade palette. It's the Avocado Toast palette. It retails for $18. They're on sale on the website currently for like $12. So like I said, basing this off of retail, not sales, it's a $16 palette, and the color story is really gorgeous. The shimmer formula is something I especially love from BH Cosmetics. Swipe a little bit on my fingers and show you. I'm not going to swatch them on my arm currently, but as you can see, they are shiny. Actually, you know what? Forget it. We're going for it. Whoop. So shiny. I love BH Cosmetics. And last but not least, one of my absolute highest, how do I phrase this? a brand that I highly recommend, especially if you are new to makeup and you're wanting a large range of shades to work with, but you don't feel comfortable spending a lot of money. Beauty Bay. This Origin palette, there are 3 palettes in this collection. I forgot what they're called, but there are 3 of them where they're set up in a way that is just super user-friendly. There is a base shade, a transition shade, a crease shade, a liner shade, a pop shade, and a highlight. So you grab this and like each row is a look that's been curated for you. It takes a little of the thinking out of the equation, which is great when you're learning. I just grab it sometimes when it's early in the morning and I just don't want to think too hard about it. They make a whole bunch of different palettes. Their Nikki Tutorials collaboration was really gorgeous as well. Let me just show it to you since I have that one too. I will say the color story in this is kind of strange. Nikki Tutorials is just a goddess, and I love how unique it is. When I first got it, I was a bit intimidated by it. I didn't know where to start. Like, the color selection is kind of kooky, but I've pulled off some really fun looks with this one, and it's like $30, but sometimes it goes on sale as well. So those are some of my top recommendations for under $20 eyeshadows that won't break the bank, that are still gonna pack a punch, and honestly, sometimes I wonder as I look at my makeup and I see like the luxury brands, but then I'm like grabbing for a BH Cosmetics or Makeup Revolution, like why I even have luxury makeup, but you know what? It is what it is.